Listen to me, okay? Something is here. Always out of sight. Always hiding just at the corner of your vision. Like it exists on this plane for only a fraction of a second, and then it's gone. But you can never see it. It's best you don't ever see it. And if you do, it means that it already decided that just watching no longer interests it. We've only got till sunrise. Time's running out.
I'll be honest, I have no idea how to do a plug after a super serious ad, so... It's spooky season again, and I'm DMing another one-shot. It's called Starlost Unseen.
Yes, Cryo gave me permission to break the S rule, okay? I asked.
It'll be streamed live November 4th starting at noon Eastern over at youtube.com/StarlostDND, featuring me as the DM and a bunch of super cool guests. We hope to see you there, and for now, enjoy the rest of the episode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Starlost Seas. I'm Cryoline. I'm your DM. And look at the party. Look at them. There's only 4 of 6 today. We're losing them slowly. We're operating at 60% capacity.
Yeah, this is an elimination game now.
New bonus twink today. Yeah, this is a game of attrition.
Wait. Be small and angry.
One at a time.
Speaking of running at 60% capacity, I am so tired. I have not slept in so long.
That bodes so well for this session.
I'm on like 3 hours, baby!
Too
bad you guys are gonna fight a god today.
But I had a tummy ache.
How did I get better sleep than several of you? I slept for 5.5 hours!
I don't know why you're surprised about
today.
me.
Imagine having a good sleep schedule could not be me.
5.5 hours is not a good sleep schedule.
Last time on Starlost Seas, we started off in the immediate aftermath of the crew discovering that Delilah had awoken, with Hush sending a message to Ardalin to check in, and Ardalin basically saying without saying, do not try to talk to us right now. It will not end well for you. The whole group kind of sat on that information, as well as just sort of the emotional weight of their journey in Ubua sort of catching up to them via this NPC and their reaction. Dolus especially sort of sat with the moment with Hick after he removed his mask and got his emotions back and could properly sort of convey everything he felt. So between Dolus and Hush, they sort of calmed down Hickory, who was pretty worried, given that Hickory was present when all the Matthias stuff went down. They also just discussed the odds of their mission and what they should do after Sasin, to which Dolus gave the absolute banger line of, if at any moment we stop, our odds become 0. Which was just, it was genuinely so good, Kay.
Nice, man.
The whole group sort of relaxed a little bit, played a couple little games, enjoyed the night air in the desert before the ship got close enough to Sasin that it could set down. You all could begin your walk to the city, except most of you didn't walk. Most of you floated or rode something. I think the only person who actually walked was Hickory. Excellent. You all did eventually reach Sasin, a surprisingly beautiful series of pillars built into the side of a plateau. You all were a little shocked to go through a guard outpost where you were searched, but after some clever sleight of hand work, some invisibility, and the fact that 2 of you are licensed citizens of the Empire, you all made it through just fine, proceeded up to the pillars where you saw the hollow, the entrances at least of the hollow. As well as you learned that the names of the pillars are in Sylvan for some reason. Why, you're not entirely sure. None of you really know the history of Sasin too well. You also learned that the old legend of Barrowfall, where dragons burned the forests that were here before the desert, is referring to a specific family of dragons, and it is Lorelai's family, because naturally. She was a little bashful and very insistent that it was not her fault, it was her mom. You all continued on your way to the apartment, home, flat, loft, the living place of the previous member of the Alteri Quintet, Aster, the druid friend of Fagin, whose place you would be staying at as he had given you his spare key. You discovered when you got there that it was empty, eerily so, that all of the plants that had been there had died off, and that seemingly after the glorious and brave adventures that Fagin had went on with this party member, they did not return to Sasin for some reason. After a lot of cleaning with prestidigitation and lighting a bunch of torches, you all found yourself a nice little place to lay out, get ready, and sort of rest before you set out tomorrow to do more staking on the Hollow to confirm various information you already have and decide what the best course of action is now that you're here in the city. As you all went to bed, Lotus sent to Maya, who finally managed to say an entire message without being cut off at the end. Everybody headed off to rest just fine. In the night, because of their very high perceptions, Lotus and Hickory swore that they could hear something breathing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I just remembered. I'm like, what's happening? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Someone's breathing in our ears.
So yes,
It's the coach.
we are going to pick up in the morning as you are all slowly awakening.
Are Hickory and Lotus still here?
No.
No, yeah, no, they're there. You guys wake up. Hickory, you're probably the first to wake up because of just a general, slightly uncomfortable night's sleep. That it feels almost like a dream as you're sort of waking up. This like the thought that you hear something strange breathing. You're like, it must have been Alina or Dolus. Like there must be something to it because it's not just like it couldn't. You couldn't have just been hearing something else in the room breathe.
Yeah. Well,
But
it
they
definitely wasn't a
still
dream.
didn't
I
make it easy
can't. Hick kind of sits up and like rubs her face a little bit, trying to like focus and like see if she can even get a little bit of that sound back, if it still exists at all.
Make a perception check.
Let's go.
You wake up and no one around you is breathing.
They're all dead. No.
No one else is breathing, so you know it couldn't have been Dolus or Alina.
Dirty 20.
Everybody is dead. No. It is... You can't hear that breathing whatsoever, but you get the idea that maybe you can't hear whatever that sound was because you can kind of hear the general bustle of Sasin, like all around you through the pillar. People are walking around and moving and talking. You can hear some out the window down below you in like the oasis area. You can hear the sounds of the city of the other pillars and the plateau. Well, there's just the general hustle and bustle has drowned out any potential quiet sounds other than those that are immediately next to you.
Okay, great. Cool. Just...
Dolus, because you slept on your bedroll, you're under a window that's gonna let sunlight in, so you and Alina are probably up next. At some point in the night, as you like laid out with your wings, Alina, who was laying like a normal person, definitely like grabbed them. Like
Grabbed my wings.
Like a plush. Yeah, it was just holding on to one, like almost like you'd hold on to like a pillow or a plush.
Okay. Dolus is just like, why didn't you just grab onto me instead? But, you know, it's fine. Anyways, I sit up.
You sit up and like it disturbs her. She's just Oh god, I'm on the floor. And rolls over.
To Elena and Hick. Just, morning.
You guys breathe
No.
really hard.
What?
It woke me up a bunch.
That's the dry air. I'm sorry.
I breathe really hard.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded like it was right in my ear, but I guess Alina just has asthma or something.
I will say to clarify, it did not sound like it was right in your ear. It did sound like it was in the room. Like it sounded like it was in this apartment, but it didn't sound like someone was like
I can't fucking breathe.
Like someone just someone ran up to you.
Just a child. It's like when a kid runs up to you at a playground.
Just like
mouth coughing.
my dad doesn't like your dad.
My dad doesn't like my mom. Just run away.
Oh no.
just I have COPD. Just run down.
I don't know who my dad is.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
The heavy
the kids-
breathing chronicles have completed as quickly as they started.
Regardless, Hickory's just like, yeah, I guess it was just Alina then. I don't know.
Alina's like, I need water. It's so dry.
I literally slept right next to her. I didn't hear a thing.
What?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh.
And I am a very light sleeper.
That's weird. I don't know then.
I'll
Maybe it's
just-
just the way the air flows in this apartment or something.
Maybe I reach into my bag and pull out like a cup and just make water in it, hand it to Alina.
Oh, thank you. I love you so much. I would love you if you weren't a dispenser of water, but I love you so much right now because of that specifically. I mean, not that specifically. I love you for a lot of reasons, but this is.
I just pat her on the head.
She just starts drinking. She like cuts herself off and just starts drinking the water.
So Lotus runs out of the room out of breath. I want to kill my mom.
Hush runs out. I don't know who my dad is.
Hush runs out.
I died.
I died one time.
I died.
I died one time.
Hush would be the kid to open mouth cough on somebody.
Hush runs out. Wanna know how dragons reproduce?
What are how dragons reproduce? Lorelai's sitting there drinking alcohol, just like.
This is so stupid.
This episode's title is Open Mouth Breathing.
No.
You are the next one to wake up, and as you wake, you and Lotus fell asleep kind of wrapped around Annie for the sake of her being a, like AC unit.
Oh yeah.
Annie slipped away after Annie got out of trance, and there is just a note sitting between you, and you were both like slumped against each other, kind of awkwardly.
Sticky.
Mm-hmm.
And Lotus has feathers.
Oh. You're getting slime and I'm getting feathered.
You're both getting tarred and feathered.
Yeah.
It's like,
Play rolling and see who has more feathers at the end
That's
of
the
this.
new duo name is
I rolled
Tar
a
and
one!
Feather.
To see who has more feathers, I think we know who has more feathers.
Let's see who has more feathers stuck to their face at the end of the
Still, I think we know.
Yeah, Hush, as you like sit up and pull away, there's like the natural like, and there is just a wad of down feathers that has remained stuck to your face. Lotus, you are awoken by a slight little think out. It's almost like if you like tug a hair out.
Why are you stealing my feathers?
Why did you give them to me?
I will say both of your necks probably hurt because you like Annie got out from between you two and you kind of just like slumped into each other.
Why are you breathing so loud last night?
I wasn't.
Damn.
I don't breathe.
Did you say damn?
Yeah.
Why were you
Damn.
breathing so loud?
Damn.
Damn, bitch.
The fuck? You
I
breathe
don't-
like
You
this?
live like this?
I was just like slowly pulling off feathers. He's like, I don't know. Do I breathe loud when I sleep normally?
You don't normally, but you were so loud last night. Or it was Annie.
And he's
Hush.
awake.
As you wake up, Hush, as you're sort of settling in, Hush, your mucus is especially sticky because it has sort of dried out. You also awaken with 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh!
It is too hot and dry for your semi-aquatic
Let me-
nature.
Even while hugging Annie?
It was cold. That didn't mean it was wet.
4 hours without it. So, yeah. Hush wakes up, and he's like, "Why are you breathing so loud?" And Hush is just like,
It wasn't.
My dad doesn't like your dad.
Are you?
he starts like peeling some of his mucus, and it's like coagulated a little bit. It's dried out, and he's just like, I need water.
Can I go to my bag, get my water skin,
Yeah.
walk back over,
So nasty, bro.
walk back over, and I'm just Hush, face up, look up. And I just dump my water skin.
Waterboarded. Yeah, Hush, you just get water poured on your face. You wash just a solid chunk of the feathers and dry mucus off of his face. He sort of, you know when you have like drool at the corner of your mouth when you wake up, and you're like you feel the color of skin, but there's like an odd texture to there. That's like your face, Hush.
Oh, that's the worst.
Washing it all off onto this bed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst. Hush
Assume
is
you
like,
leaned off of the bed to not
Nope.
pour water all
You
over it.
assumed wrong, my
You've
friend.
assumed
Nope.
wrong, my
But I
man.
assumed wrong. Water
We've done
is
over
poured off.
100 sessions, and you still
This
don't
is the-
know.
This is just washed off onto the fucking sheets.
I was just like, Dola said that I'd be fine in the desert as long as I stayed wet. I didn't think about sleeping.
Do we need to put you in like a tank?
A barrel would be
Hush in a
nice.
Fish tank.
Put him in like what in Shark Boy and Lava Girl when the opening scene where they have Shark Boy
In the shower.
shower.
I'm just floating there like,
Hey, you said Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and I thought of the scene where Shark Boy throws Lava Girl whole ass into a volcano.
That's what we're gonna do to Hush.
Hush into water, just.
I was just like, if you get like a barrel or something, I'd like to
we
soak
can-
in the water for a little bit.
Let's find a barrel. Okay, I'll go get someone. I'll hop off and exit the room, just like Doris.
Just like tries to get up and he's all like crinkly.
Doris.
Lotus comes out with a few less feathers on one side of her face and a little bit of like residue stuck up in the feathers.
Yeah.
Can we get a barrel
Can we get a barrel?
for Hush? He's dying.
What?
What? Like dying,
Yeah.
dying?
Yeah, he's dying. Come.
Don't like
What?
Hickory
Yeah,
immediately
get
gets
up
up and just fucking mad
Get
dashes
up
to the
and kind of
door.
Yeah, but
Come in. Hush is just like the meme of that little chibi dude just sat on the floor, like sprawled out, but on the bed.
Hickory like launches and she's like, she starts giving Hush CPR.
PR.
You come in and you put your hands on his chest to do compressions. You do the first one to Hush is just like.
Hush, what's wrong with you?
You're not dying.
He connects to them. I can barely feel anything. I'm really dehydrated.
Fucking super soak you.
This poor bed.
You just start super.
Yeah, you start
soaking
spraying him, and Hank like jumps off the bed. She's like, "Hey!"
Hush, as you're getting sprayed, make a medicine check for me, Hush.
A medicine check.
Medicine check.
As you get waterboarded.
So you get waterboarded.
19. I have a +1.
Woo! You get the idea as you're getting sprayed that this is just washing all the mucus off you. You're gonna need to like sit in water for a period of time to hydrate again.
Hush is like he's getting sprayed, and you can hear him in your mind. He's like, "Wait, stop! This isn't helping! Stop!"
I stopped already. What do you want?
What do you want?
Can I
I
go
need to
out?
soak.
Can I go out and find anything that's like kind of big that can contain
Is there a
water?
bathtub?
Is
This
there a
is
bathtub?
This lady took showers.
Lotus, during your brief sort of loop around the house, there was a bathroom that had just like a toilet and sink, and then there was a bathroom with like one of those old wood tubs in the master bedroom that Lorelai is occupying currently.
Okay, I'll walk up to the room, just kind of knock on the door.
It better be good, or someone better be dying.
Yeah, the second one.
You hear just a loud like, like someone rolled out of the bed, and then just the door opens and it's Lorelai and just like her button down, like loose top. That's just. She's like, "What? Who's dying?"
Hush is dying. He needs to be hydrated.
What?
Can I use your bathroom so I can fill the tub with water so that he can hydrate?
Turns. She's like, "Yeah."
Okay. I'll kind of slip past her and go to the bathroom and start like
So, like,
filling
you
it
go
up with
past.
water.
She just looks across the hall into the room where there is a wet mattress. The two of you standing over Hush, who's starfished on it, and she just. I'm gonna put on pants. And she closes the door.
Good morning, Lorelai.
Fuck off.
Okay.
I think I need to sit for a while and
Yeah, we got it.
suck in water.
What?
Don't worry. The Lotus is filling a tub.
I thought you said I'd be okay in the desert.
I mean, yeah, you're fine. You're alive.
You have no idea how bad this feels.
I'm gonna pick him up like by his hood or scarf or whatever, and just start like taking him over to the to like Lorelai's room.
As Dolus picks him up, it starts like just carrying him like a sad wet cat across the hall.
Just like
Hickory,
just,
there
like,
is a wet
slumped
note
back.
on the bed. Like a wet
Pick
piece
up
of
the
paper
note.
all folded out.
Like gently pick up the note. 'Cause
Oh
I
yeah, there was a
understand
note. I
how
forgot.
Paper works on paper works when it's wet. Just very, very gently.
Just make a sleight of hand check for me.
Oh
Oh
boy.
man.
Yeah, we both know how good I am at those. 9.
You pick it up and you're like, okay, easy. You go to pull it open to read it, and it just like one side just like you pull off like a whole quarter of this note into like crumbled paper.
Oh.
You look at what remains, and you can make out. You can make out something about trancing, stay cool, and Annie. You have no idea what else was there. It's like trancing, got a bunch of messed up stuff. Stay cool, Annie. So like you missed the entire middle and some of the beginning.
Dolus.
Before that, Dolus just holding Hush. Just, Lorelai, do you have pants on?
You hear like the belt buckles just king. Yeah.
Open the door and just start walking in towards the bathroom.
Lotus has filled the tub about halfway as the faucet's all on.
Hush waves to Lorelai as he's being like
I'm like holding him at
Drooped
arm's
in.
length. He's like kind of sticky and weird.
You weird fucking fish child.
The weird
Like, you
fucking
just-
cat out here.
I just like take him to the fucking tub, and I just like slowly like like when you're like frying food, and so
And you
like,
lower it onto the oil.
lower it like away from you, like that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing with Hush.
Hush,
And he
you
just
get
like
plopped
face
into the
first
water.
into the water.
Bubbles start coming up. He's just like,
Yeah, I agree. And then I respond.
And he left a note.
Lovely.
It's
What does
messed
it
up
say?
now.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
can't tell. You got it wet.
Let me see it.
You could come look at it. I'm afraid to touch it anymore.
I'm gonna look at the note. This is just 3 words. Trans Annie.
There were clearly other words that are now just ink
Right.
blobs lost.
This is
to
ink
time.
blobs? What kind of fucking weak ass ink is this? The fuck? You getting washed off by water?
This is not like a G2 Bic pen, bro.
Arguably, I would imagine ink in this time to be more resilient.
No! There's a reason
Exact
they kept
opposite.
scrolls in dry, salted chambers.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
There's a reason if you crack open a tomb and humidity gets in there, everything turns to ash.
Can I maybe try and decipher any words from the ink blobs?
Any words.
any words.
If you dry it out, you could try.
Okay.
When it becomes apparent.
Cool. Well, cut to us in another 20 minutes when the paper has dried out, I guess.
And I have done the opposite.
Yeah.
Hush. Lotus is just chilling next to your tub as you're kind of floating there for a minute.
I was just like, I think it's the thing with like aboleths where they dry out, they die, but I just think I'm just drying out.
And dying.
Well,
I feel
I'm
like
glad you're not dead. That is
Mm,
only drying out and not dry dead.
Give it time, kid. Like Lorelai says, as she's putting on all her stuff.
I don't want Hush to die
again.
again.
Can
I-
Oh, sorry.
That's a yeah, Lorelai. Like I think he's fine.
I was just gonna say, can I take the wet paper to Hush to dry it off with Presto?
Yeah, of course.
Hush.
Sitting in his tub. I do this.
Hi, Hush. Can you make this dry, please? Cool. Now I try deciphering.
Make an investigation check.
You asked me to
Awesome.
dry something out on the day of my rehydration.
Everyone knows investigation is Dolus's best stat.
Bro, he made me make a
That's
sleight of hand
3.
check.
Did you just say that's 3?
Yeah, that's 3 total. I'm
I'm
gonna use a lucky point.
Oh, you can do it.
That's 4.
That's 10.
Great. We're doing so good today, guys.
Yeah.
Goals you can make out. Stay cool, Annie.
God fucking damn it.
The exact same. Wait, that means he can make out even less than Hickory
No,
could while it
that's-
was sopping wet.
Do you just want me to send to Annie and ask what it said?
No. It's fine.
She's not in this episode.
As in
She's
the DM tells us what it says.
fine.
What's the worst that could happen to her off screen?
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
next session,
Hush.
Annie died.
Go ahead, Hush. You go talk to her. Send to her.
Oh, great.
Oh, great.
I'll just. Annie, what did the note say? Dolus fucked it up.
Dolus fucked it.
Fucked it up.
I did no such thing.
It got wet.
I did no such thing.
You did fuck it up.
Dolus fucked it. It got wet. Hold on, man.
It said, "I've finished trancing. Off to the observatory. Stay cool, Annie."
She's at the observatory.
Why was it wet?
Awesome.
She's at the observatory and wonders why it was wet.
Well, we know
not
why
going I'm not gonna send the rest of why it was wet. Thank you for the water.
Yeah. Do you think you should sleep here? Do you want us to?
I think I should be fine once I rehydrate for a little bit longer.
Okay. Maybe at night we can have this water filled so that just in case in the morning, if you're dehydrated again, it can just be here.
Or just sleep in the tub
Yeah, why doesn't he just sleep in the water?
so that he's not dehydrated when he wakes up.
I'll sleep in the tub.
Yeah, the kid can crash here. I don't care.
Right.
I can sleep in Lorelei's room.
Not many people get to say that.
You'll be the envy of
Whoa.
the town.
Yeah.
Hey! Dolus and Lorelai both. Well, but then Lorelai taking offense to Dolus saying.
I'm missing something.
So what's the plan today?
Finding paper dolls. Where's he?
Finding paper Dolus.
Oh
is the
no!
plan for today.
Was he in the bed?
He's dead.
You're like, finding paper Dolus. Where is he? You go, and you flip through your book, and you get to the last paper Dolus you drew, and it is again the page is empty.
Is it like the? Is it the one?
It's the fucky one.
Yes!
But yeah, the page is empty. He is gone. He has vanished.
What the? What?
What?
You're gone!
I'm right
He's
here.
right there.
No, the paper version of you.
I just like walk up, readjust your circlet.
Hickory, as he's like adjusting everything, you can see tucked back, just hiding in Lotus's hair, a little scrap of paper.
Hickory goes, now check this out. Lotus, you ready?
Mhm.
Nothing in my hands. Reaches behind her and plucks out,
Pull out a
paper
very
Dolus.
angry little Dolus,
Does he, what does he look
kicking
like?
and splashing in your hand.
Does he look all stupid?
He looks very derpy. He looks very derpy. Well, not only does he look very derpy, but he's also one of his arms is also messed up because it's wet.
Oh.
Yo, this is paper Dolus.
He's a little... kind of like just lets him go.
I grab the paper Dolus. I stare at him, and like, for the first time in a few days, Dolus is just looking at how stupid this guy looks. He just starts laughing. He's like chuckling to himself.
As you like chuckle to yourself, and almost as if it's drawn on in real time, two little angry eyebrows appear.
Oh, that's funny.
Do you like him? Do you like him?
You know, I like him better than the last one.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to
I
know.
turn him over so Lotus can see what he looks like. With his little floppy arm.
Yeah, his one fucked up arm,
Smudged
and his
arm.
little angry eyebrows.
Hello, paper dolls. How are you today?
Like, whoops his way out of Dolus's grip, and just paper floats into your hand.
Hello.
I love that paper Dolus has just Paper Mario physics.
Yeah.
He's 2D.
I mean, one of the best games.
That's getting a
Never played it.
remaster. Shout out.
Anyways,
So many
Lotus.
layers of Nintendo in this.
Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you did notice it in the moment, but he just like
Bars.
floats a little glob of water.
Hmm?
He just like puts it on your cheek. that where all the slime has started to. Ooh.
Harden.
Oh. Oh.
It's like,
Oh.
you might want to wipe that.
Oh,
It does.
yeah. I'll dunk my face into the water.
I knew it. How did I know? I fucking
Dunk your
knew
whole-
you were just gonna go.
Paper Dolus, as you go and adjust near the tub, has like a little moment of clear terror on his face, and he jumps onto your shoulder and then back like onto your back as you shove your head in, so he's far away from the water.
Hush wasn't expecting that, so it's just like a.
Hush, you're in
There's
the
just
water, and
another
all of a
person
sudden,
in the tub.
right next to your head, just Lotus. Just
Okay, so what's
You
the real
got it.
plan for today?
Well, I'm gonna try and get information about the Hollow, see if bounty hunters are allowed in, if they bring anybody to be arrested.
We could walk around the city for a little bit and see the sights.
We should probably find out where that airship landing is for when we have to inevitably get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sightseeing is nice and all, but if there's more urgent matters we can attend to, we should be doing those.
Well,
mean,
we're
we
not
got
gonna
12 hours.
break in today.
Right. But still, if there are things we can be doing to ensure.
I meant like go around and look at things, assess
Right.
the sights, and see.
No, I understand, Hush. You trust me. This concept is not lost on me. I'm saying we should see if there's more important things we could be doing first.
Okay.
Okay.
We could scout out the hollow.
Yes. Lotus, do you think at some point you could go invisible and sort of scout around the perimeter and the top of the hollow and just see if you can note any things on the outside that don't seem consistent with what's on the blueprints that we have?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay. And then Hickory, you're going to go for the bounty hunter thing.
Mm-hmm. I could actually
the bottom.
probably use Lorelei. She kind of glances over and she goes, "It'll involve alcohol and manipulating stupid people."
You're lucky you're Hickory today. I only let women use me.
Well, you get to use men.
Perfect.
Okay. Anyways, Annie is in the observatory. Twink is still, I don't know where. What to do?
Scout the bottom. We're looking to do a stealth mission. I'm the best at stealth.
What do you mean, scout the bottom?
It's a whole thing. I can fly too.
Right, but Lotus can be invisible.
Right.
So,
I mean, I could just help,
yeah.
or I can float in the tub.
Can't Lotus turn multiple people invisible? Like Lorelei speaks of.
Mm-mm.
No, it's okay.
Oh.
I can go
That sucks.
stealth around and
that
find.
sucks.
I can go find where the airship drop off is.
Also, new rule for everybody.
Hmm.
Drink a tall glass of water before bed, because whichever one of you had that dry breathing last night, it was annoying as hell.
You heard that too?
Wasn't that Hush?
I thought it was
Was it me?
Alina.
All I know
Yeah,
is
I
I
was-
heard it all night.
Heard it all night.
Couldn't have been me by the time that Annie left. I think that's when I started drying out.
Yeah. It would have been at least hydrated for the first 2 hours.
And it wasn't Alina. I slept right next to her and I didn't hear anything. I am a light sleeper.
I'm not a light sleeper. I can't vouch for Dolus. I'm sorry.
Hickory
Dolus
has a
isn't
moment.
small.
Would she be on edge enough for this? Yeah, she'd be on edge enough for this. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Dispel Magic. Oh wait, no, you have to be able to see that. It's not a radius.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Use detect magic instead.
I don't have Detect Magic.
Awesome.
That's rough, dog.
I use counterspell.
I cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh.
Oh. That's a radius.
Specifically, if a creature... Wait, hold up. So it's if I can see them, but there's one if I can't see them, it reveals them to me. When you cast this in action, each of your turns, you can focus your mind on one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. The creature should choose... No, that's not it. Hold up. I know there's a part of this.
Yeah, no, you can like hear the thoughts of people. Like you can tell where people are.
You can
by-
also use
here it
the
is.
spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. You can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead will block you.
Mm.
So, I will say you reach out in this room to search for any other presences, and you don't detect anything, and you cannot detect outside of the apartment because of the rock.
Hmm. Okay. If I move, I can do it again, right?
Yeah, it's for the whole duration of your detect thoughts.
Hush just like gets up. First 6 seconds, he's like,
Oh.
"No one in this room." Is just sopping
Okay.
and runs out of the room.
Oh, he's dripping. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll dry it up.
Okay.
You can do that.
Hush, you will not be able to detect thoughts of anyone who you did not already know was present.
Okay,
Damn.
so I go through the entire apartment. No one's here.
No one is in the apartment with you at this moment.
At this
just-
moment, someone
just-
was in the apartment with us last night.
Hush walks back, and as he's walking, the water is getting pulled up with him that he dripped, and he walks back and just kind of like floats it into the water, into the tub.
That's fun. I like that.
Nobody's in the apartment right now. I don't detect anybody's thoughts. But that doesn't mean that they weren't here last night.
Oh,
If it was someone else.
well.
That's fun.
Taking watches tonight.
If it's any consolation, I only smell us and dead plants.
Dead plants don't breathe, do they?
Living plants only sort of breathe, and you can't hear it.
Okay.
Plus, wouldn't you know if anything entered your room, Lorelai? I was invisible and you were able to see me once.
Well, maybe
I
it doesn't
technically
need to
didn't
enter.
see you. I kind of heard your heartbeat.
Oh.
Could
I mean,
be a
Same
specter.
thing. Spectre? What's that?
Ghost.
Yeah, if it was undead, then I wouldn't have heard a heartbeat. But I would have. The breathing would have been weird. It's weird. It's weird.
Well, how heavy was it? Because specters, they can sometimes have that ghostly sound and like that.
I don't know. It just sounded like someone breathing, not breathing hard or whispery or strange. They were just breathing.
Maybe this apartment is haunted by the ghost of the lady who lived here. I don't
Well, I
know.
just suggested it was a specter.
Well, right, but
I'm pretty
maybe
sure
it's
we all have
specifically the apartment is haunted.
So a specter.
That's really cool, but I'm saying, what if specters don't necessarily have to be haunting a place? They can just exist.
Be a ghost. Oh,
Ladies, you're both
I
pretty.
disconnect from Hush. In my head.
I should just like talking to Dolus, and
Disconnect.
Dolus is not there.
Yeah.
Regardless, I guess we
Do you
just
think
have
that's
to
what
be
it is, Dolus?
on our guard. But if there's nothing here now, then there's not a lot we can do at current.
Yeah, can just take watches tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Puddle, puddle. Bigger cuddle, puddle.
No.
I'll be in the tub.
A literal cuddle puddle.
I don't know what I should be doing.
Well, you
Sort of.
could keep an eye on the hollow, see when guards rotate out, where they go after the fact. I'm gonna just try some bars, see if I can catch one of the guards while they're a little buzzed. Lorelei, I'll be
If
honest.
I go with Hickory, you could go find the airship landing with Alina.
That was what Hush was gonna do.
I'll be real. I think I'd be better at following people home than going and surveilling. You can fly. I'm good at sneaking. I
a
just
good
wanted
point.
something to do.
Okay, so you're gonna go follow someone home?
That's what she just suggested.
Okay.
We just need to figure out if there are any holes in the rotation that we could maybe take advantage of.
Airship
do that.
landing.
Delilah had me spy on royals, and I had to get through guards and stuff like that and learn their shifts so I can be close.
Exactly.
Oh,
and,
then this is perfect for you.
and if you can overhear if there are any secret words or things that they use when they rotate out the guard, then life's even easier for us. Lorelei, I'm probably going to need your help in the fact that I've never really had to flirt to get what I wanted, and that's kind of where you come in.
Wait, what? What
I
is
thought
your
we were
plan?
gonna turn them in. Why are we flirting? Why are you flirting?
Well, because guards might not be the most forthcoming with information, but if there's a bounty hunter who's pretty and wants to learn a little bit of information that they may or may not be able to tell, being able to flirt is a little better than just asking.
A bounty
no.
hunter? That's pretty.
Hey,
I was gonna say it. Hush would not be that mean.
Where are we gonna find one of those?
We're gonna find one of those at.
Hickory pushes him into the pool, into the tub.
I don't
How-
actually say that.
Yeah.
No, you don't say that. All right.
No. I just
Oh,
think it's
God.
funny.
All right. You all have your various assignments.
Cool.
Hush, you get back into the tub for another. You only have to soak for 20 minutes, not a full hour.
Oh, okay. It's 20 minutes in the tub and I get rid of exhaustion.
You are not a fully aquatic creature.
Sweet. I've lost my exhaustion.
Yes. You regain a point. You lose your point of exhaustion.
Regain more.
You
exhaustion.
regain a point of exhaustion. Let's go.
You have two now.
Now you're waterlogged. You stayed in too long.
So I have to soak for 20 minutes a day, else I get exhaustion.
Yeah.
You stayed in for 21 minutes.
Oh no.
I'm
You
waterlogged.
ate before getting in the pool. You're going to die.
Hi, Ray.
Annie mentioned the previous night that she would make a disguise for Lotus. Is there anything of the sorts around in the room?
It was the
you go
note.
back into the room. There's a little
was the
chair
note.
in the room that does have a little like cloak thing folded over on it. As you unfold it, it's like a desert shawl that if you put it around and like tuck it in your wings right, it'll make it look like it's all one big like feathered cloak that puffs up around the shoulders. You can kind of hide the feathers of your face, and then with your mask, it'll all just look like a big. It'll just be like a big feathery desert shawl. Do you know? I know you know this. You know in Genshin, the desert hilly churls, how they have like the big feathery like shoulder pad things. It makes you look kind of like that.
I'm gonna be a
As-
hilly girl.
With the mask, too.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
As we're like getting ready to head out, and I put on my human disguise, I'm gonna make some slight alterations. The disguise, the hair. I'm gonna just basically going into desert mode. I'm gonna make the hair like more of like a brown, and then the cloak a similar color to the stone or like the sand that everything is sort of like made out of, so that I kind of camouflage in a crowd.
Oh God, they
They'll
put
stand
the
out.
Mexico filter on Dolus.
Yeah, I'm gonna make myself sepia tone.
You give yourself a solid desert vibe.
Yo, new Dolus skin unlocked.
Let's go. The fighting game will inevitably just have 3 human dudes.
Dolus is, you know how like they have lines usually? It's like Dolus is like an actual just like kneel before you're like kneel if you want to live. The other one's like, hello there, humans.
Fellow humans.
Fellow humans.
The 2 Aarakocra are disguised. Hush, you are hydrated.
Put in the contacts.
Lorelei ditches her cloak, like her coat and everything, so she's just in her like blouse and pants.
Hickory's basically bailed on the sunset ash jacket that she usually wears, and it's kind of just down to the undershirt and the armor.
Nice.
Is Lorelei
Alina-
still wearing her pirate hat?
No, Lorelei ditches the pirate hat.
Okay. She's like undercover, big ass pirate hat on her head.
You all get ready in your various like desert garb and everything, and then Alita's just there with her like heavy, several layered robe, just like.
Isn't it gonna be warm in that?
Well, yeah, probably. I don't have anything else to wear though.
Oh,
There's probably shops around here somewhere.
yeah, it's supposed to buy you some clothes first.
Can I come too? I need something to cover up my gills. And the scarf is really hot.
Time to buy thinner clothes. So you
Yeah.
depart. Are you all gonna go to the bazaar first and then split up, or are you gonna split up with some going to the bazaar?
Bazaar is probably the best place to start if I'm looking for the haunt of the guards.
Fair. Okay, well in that case, as you guys step out into the sort of streets of
There's a
Terrace-
ghost.
There's a ghost standing there breathing.
Yeah, you should have
There's a
stepped
giant
right
scorpion.
outside the apartment.
Idiot!
It's just like a guy outside of the apartment, like, you guys are awake.
My dad could beat up your dad.
No, it's that one fucking NPC from Majora's Mask, the mailman who runs everywhere. He's just like,
I was gonna say it's just a homeless dude outside.
There's so much just open mouth breathing humor in this.
I hate this episode. Can we delete it? Can we start over?
No.
You guys step out into the streets. There are these like wide tunnels that you're in. Hickory, this is immediately so familiar to you. It is this enclosed space with people passing back and forth, like constantly going to and fro. You guys kind of have to daisy chain to stay together in this space. It lightens up a little once you get out of the residence. You guys get the feeling that everybody is waking up and like starting their day.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to the stone bridge from this pillar over to the bazaar, there's finally like a moment to breathe, A, because you're out of tunnels, and a moment to breathe, B, because you are like finally have enough space that you could stretch an arm out without punching a stranger.
Dolus punches a stranger.
What?
I don't know.
It is
No remorse.
As you step out into the briefly uncovered like area of the stone bridge, it's already hot out here. Like the sun isn't even beating down yet because it's still at like an angle in the sky, but you can already feel the temperatures rising. Hush, in particular, you're like, "Ugh!"
No.
Okay, once we're done scouting, I think we all need new clothes.
Get this scarf off of me, but I need to cover my.
You guys notice that there are a few people who are wearing some weird like eye coverings that just have like a slit in the center of them. For those in real life who might know, they're sand glasses. You wear them to prevent the dangerous reflection of the sun off of them.
Goggles.
Night vision goggles in the desert at daytime.
They're shutter shades.
They're day vision goggles.
God.
Everyone in Sasin just wears shutter shades.
Basically.
Hell yeah.
But so you guys just walk back into the next pillar, and immediately the temperature is lower and it's easier to see because it is not direct sunlight destroying you. The tunnels here are a bit bigger. So they are clearly meant to be navigated for the sake of like the markets and people moving around. There are even a couple little like carts and things that are moving around that you guess people bring in through one of the bridges or from below or something through some sort of mechanism. But you have to walk past the Artificers Guild, which is up a set of small stairs, so you can't like see into it, but it is signed, so you know it's there. And then you just round a corner and you see the bazaar sort of laid out in front of you. There's just one whole wall of like stores and stalls. And then the other wall is the window sort of thing that lets you look out to the desert.
Okay.
Clothes. Are clothes store open?
There are a number of stalls and stores that are selling clothes.
Let's go get clothes.
All right. Does anyone else want new desert clothes while we're here?
I'm in
Hickory
a
is
cloak and a
literally dressed
scarf.
for the cold.
All right. I'll say pretty much everything you buy here is going to be made of linen. Like, so it will be thin and light. So as far as appearance wise goes, there's a pretty wide selection. So you guys decide what you want your desert experience to look like.
Hell yeah.
You probably
My-
find something similar.
My new cloak looks like a terracotta block from Minecraft. Like the glazed
What does that
terracotta.
mean? I don't play Minecraft.
Glazed terracotta.
Googling glazed terracotta Minecraft. Hang on.
Is it the
These
same
are several
colors?
different
Which
colors.
one?
Which
They
one?
come in like every fucking dye color in Minecraft.
I'm gonna assume they're purple.
Let's say I didn't think about it. Let's say the red and black one because that one's cool.
Okay.
All right, we have a red and black hush.
God.
I'm really glad
You didn't have to
that
Google
we're
it.
doing an outfit change episode.
Bro said you didn't have to Google it. He gave a description of a thing nobody fucking knows. I knew it. I'm
Okay.
so glad.
So yes. So
mean.
Hush gets a nice
sleep.
desert cloak in red and black made of linen that has a nice little like desert scarf that he can sort of pull up. But if he wants, he can pull up over his face to block the sands.
Oh, it's like
but
one of
it
those
hides
like
the field.
yeah, like the sand benders have.
Yeah.
Dolus looks like, you know.
That's it. Obsidian block from Minecraft.
No, I mean, you guys know what he looks like.
I told you what it looked like. It was of your own volition if you wanted to go farther into it.
Hickory, you could just get yourself a nice like a beige shirt to go between your armor and your undershirt so that you're not just walking around in your like tank top underneath your armor.
We'll get her a blue one at the very least.
There you go.
We'll see if we can find something that matches the gradient the other one had.
Gradient, yeah, sure, you can match the gradient.
Yeah, let's go.
Lotus, you want anything while we're here?
These
I know
are
you're
temp
the
outfits.
disguise. All right. Lotus already kind of has a desert gear thanks to.
Yep.
And then Alina comes out in like a fully different outfit from one of the stores. She's in like full just desert witch garb.
Desert witch.
garb.
She's
What does that
got
look
on
like?
she steps out and she has on like this like poncho that's like cropped so you can see some of her abdomen before she just has on shorts and then like linen leggings basically. And then a hat.
What kind of hat?
hat?
Oh, a witch hat.
Oh!
Which Minecraft block does it look like?
Shut up.
Sand.
She's adjusting some like linen arm sort of like coverings that would definitely protect her skin from the sun. And she's like adjusting straps and stuff.
That looks
How
nice.
do I look? Is it too little? I feel like it might be too little.
Oh, you're a sandwich.
Dun-dun. I didn't want to say it out loud the first time.
You son of a bitch.
I was like,
Did you get inspired by Annie?
a little bit, yeah. Also, just not wanting to die of heat stroke.
That's fair.
Oh,
Dolus is just kind of staring.
Dolus, use your
Wait.
words.
say something.
What's wrong with it?
Huh?
Wake up.
What's wrong with it? You keep staring at me. What's wrong?
Oh.
She's like looking around.
Is he dehydrated?
Yeah, he's
No,
dehydrated.
no, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean,
Are
You
you
look-
thirsty?
you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yay.
Yeah.
Jesus, sandwich.
Okay, now that I'm not gonna die in the sun.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Dolus, you want to go find an airship landing?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go find an airship landing.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. I'll say all of those of you who got new stuff just deduct 5 gold.
5 gold, easy peasy.
Jesus. Can I haggle for lower?
You can roll a persuasion.
I can't, actually. I'm not allowed to talk to anybody.
That's a good point. You literally cannot haggle.
Roll
Why did I give
persuasion with
myself a-
disadvantage because you have to just sort of nod and shake your head at them.
I'd still probably roll a 50 million.
Wait, what is he haggling?
I'm not haggling.
Oh,
he wanted to try and get his clothes to be cheaper, but he
Just
can't
for
talk
test.
to people.
I'm not kidding. I'm not doing it because 5 gold's fine, but I actually roll a 21 on that with disadvantage.
Ayo, you're so stupidly busted. But anyways. Why is this child so strong?
Rogues!
I was gonna say because you lived with an aboleth for a long time, but yeah.
Rogues. Comes with having dead parents.
Dead parents.
The parents! Are we breaking off into our groups?
Well, Alina and Dolus are heading off. So then the rest of you want to divvy up.
Well,
Is Lotus invisible?
not yet.
No, she's in her desert cloak
Oh, yeah.
with her dragon Oni mask on.
So we have to head. Are all of the rest of us going to the hollow area-ish then?
Hick, do you want to ask them about bounties first, or do you want to go straight to the bar?
Bar's probably the best bet. See if we can get some information, and then we can strike up conversation and manage to nail it down anyway. If we're asking them about how it works and getting information, I'm sure asking, oh, I'm a bounty hunter, you know?
Well, then, yeah, it's just you two heading towards the hollow.
Okay. Hush, let's go to prison.
I've been there before.
Not me.
Hmm.
Let's go.
Just,
Let's go to prison.
The two of you rush off through the crowd. Hick, you're left alone with Lorelei.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's go hunt a bar. Cryo, I'm gonna kind of ask here to where it's just like with the ear to the ground thing. Am I generally able to gauge what bar would dictate something of that of like a guard or like the usual haunts of?
I can absolutely let you make an investigation check for that.
I'm absolutely okay with that because that is a dirty 20. Fuck yes.
Lorelei is able to find you a bar really quickly, and you're sitting outside of it, just kind of looking in, and then you're like, "No, I don't think this is gonna have what we want." And she's like, "All right, on to the next one." And you move down a few flights of stairs and around through the bazaar and everything, and you find another one. And again, it just doesn't feel right. Like it's just workers and stuff here. There's no guards or anything. And then the third time is indeed the charm.
Let's go.
You come up. There's this bar. It is placed. It is directly under where the stone bridge from the hollow meets this pillar. It's a floor down from that. So as you're looking out the windows at the side, you can see the underside of that stone bridge passing by. Sure enough, this place is definitely where the guards hang out.
All right, sick.
Why are they hanging out here? This place definitely has the worst booze.
That's exactly why they hang out here. It's close, it's simple, and it might have the worst booze, but it's probably cheap.
All right, fine. Go flirt with cheapskates.
Alrighty.
All right, you enter. As you enter the bar, this bar is... I mean, Noah, you've been to bars. This one is a dive. This one is dark. It's there is a bunch of hookah smoke and cigar smoke. There is faint music playing from a bard in the back, but he's not too good. And there are a bunch of guards and workers and everybody who's just seems to be whiling away the heat of the morning by having some drinks. It's a little quiet in here right now. Obviously, it is pretty damn early in the morning, so it is not packed by any means. Lorelei just goes straight to the bar and immediately orders 2 drinks.
Can I scope out for guards that don't look like they're belligerent, but definitely on the tipsier side of things? You just did a second's glance.
Second?
Would that be insider perception? Let's find out.
You have high enough passives that you're fine.
Okay.
There are definitely a few guards who are pretty tipsy off in one corner at a booth.
So as Lorelei comes back with the drink, she kind of like Hickory kind of nods her head over to the set of guards over at the booth, and it's like, those guys are probably our best bet. They still seem there, but maybe not all there.
Perfect. She gives you one of the drinks.
Yeah, she takes it and goes, I still really don't know how to do this whole flirting thing. I was kind of going to let you do that while I pull for information.
Okay, well, you should probably start by having a swig of that if you're so nervous.
That's fair.
Take a swig. This alcohol is gross. It is the shit you drink purely to get inebriated. The flavor is not at all a positive.
Great.
So you take a swig of it and you're like, immediately. Lorelei just smacks you really hard on the back one time, a really solid just.
Okay. Yep, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
All right. God, Just shakes her head. Follows after.
Yep. So Hickory kind of approaches, and Hickory approaches and just goes like, "This spot taken, or do you mind company?"
One of the guards immediately just like looks up at both of you, has a moment of like. The best way I can word it is his face looks like he wants to say out loud, "I just hit the jackpot," but he's not. Like he kind of just sits there, and there's like a clear sort of slack in his jaw for a second, and then he's like, "Yeah, of course."
Fantastic. And she kind of like plops down into the booth and goes, "I'm Hickory. Nice to meet you."
Hi. It's really good to meet you, Stoic. Nice. Hi. Good to meet you.
Stoic? That's a pretty name.
Say hi, boys. Like he like elbows the dude next to him, who's almost like catatonic. Like he's like leaned over his tankard. He just gets the elbow to the ribs, and he's just like, boom, like down on the table. That's fine. He's fine. That's Hydrin, and that's Gif. The other dude whose name is Gif is just like leaned back in the chair, like, "Gif is half asleep. Forgive him." Me. Hello.
Pleasure. You see, my friend and I here are new in town, and we figured that it was best to come and say hi because we're bounty hunters, and we were wondering that, you know, maybe we could help you guys out a little bit, pick some stuff up while we're in town.
Oh, Stoic is a dwarf. The other two are humans. And so he kind of like leans forward a little on the table, and he's like, "Hear that, Gif? They want to run on bounties, do a little bit of work with us. Yeah." And Gif's like, "Always bounties. Always something. Except when there's not. Then there's not."
Hickory
Doing a
just
great
kinda,
job. Yeah.
yeah. Hickory just kind of has a moment where she like cocks her head, and she's like, "And we were just wondering how it works around here. You know, where I'm from. I used to hunt in Altairi, and then figured it was time to move along, see if there were some more fun jobs. We were wondering what would happen if we brought somebody in."
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we're fun. We're fun people here. I mean, clearly. Looks at Hydrin, who's just like on the table. Just, sorry, we're all tired. We just got off night shift, so this is the end of our day.
Yeah, I hear the Hollow is one of the most challenging prisons to ever escape. I couldn't help but come and see it for myself.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if they put you in there, you're not coming out.
Right. So how was it again that if we were to bring in a bounty, how would we go about turning them in? Is there a guild to drop them off at, or we just drop them off?
No. Bounty Hunters Guild here is all handled by the warden, so that's just in the Hollow. So you just go, you tell the guards out front that you're there with a bounty. They'll bring you into the processing office. They'll get you paid up, and then you can chit-chat with them there if you like. You could hang out for a bit if that's something you're inclined for.
That sounds like a really good time.
No, you're not supposed to hang out in the processing office. The bounty hunters get paid, and then they leave, Stoic.
Well, I can't say that I'm not curious and wouldn't like to hang out a little bit. I mean, the most secure prison in the world, you kind of want to see it, don't you?
Yeah, I want to say like Lorelai kind of was distracted and she just I want to see it. Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out in very close proximity? Such wonderful gentlemen. And she like turns to you, Hick, and then she's just like, I hate this.
She mind links over to Lorelai and goes, I promise we'll get better alcohol later. I seriously owe you one.
I want to vomit.
After one drink of that, yeah, so do I.
What's a dwarf like you doing in Sasin? I mean, you look like a mountain dwarf. Shouldn't you be in Altairi? Was the job just that good? And so it's like, no. I mean, the Hollow is it's a good job. But, like, it's quiet. You're never gonna have any problems. But Gif, what do you have? What? How would you describe it? Boring. It's boring. So boring. It's the most boring job. We kind of just... Everybody gets assigned a floor to patrol. We walk down to the stairs, and then we... Usually, halfway through our shifts, we all say fuck it and meet up to play cards.
And still, nobody's ever escaped?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that thing is... It's torture getting through there. Even if you got out of your cell, you have to get up through anywhere from 2 to 80 floors of stairs. Plus, we have ballista. Plus, there are dozens of guards. And the double-locked doors. Also, the warden makes sure that there is... just enough food making it down to the bottom levels that the really dangerous people down there usually aren't up to snuff to try and break out. So don't worry, it's plenty secure. You are safe from the dregs of society.
Well, I'm sure I am with everybody, working so hard there.
Thanks. I was so interested in how it all works.
I mean, who wouldn't be interested? It's got a reputation. You hear about it all the way in the capital.
I mean, fucking most people don't give a shit. I guess you're a bounty hunter, though, so that's weird.
Exactly.
Sense.
That means they bring the most dangerous ones here, so the goal is to get a high bounty, isn't it? It means that you're bound to end up throwing someone in the hollow eventually.
What's it like being a bounty hunter?
A lot of travel, never really knowing home. Just kind of finding folks, getting them taken care of. Sometimes you take boring jobs. Other times, you do stuff that nobody would ever believe.
Well, that's crazy. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the Hollow. It's scary. But it's boring. I mean, it's not scary. Like, it wouldn't scare you away, but, like,
I think you'll find them hard to scare.
Is that so? Lorelai's like, so if someone was trying to break out, what would you do? The guards kind of like look at each other. I don't know if we should really talk about that, though. Just to be fair, gotta keep that information tucked close to the chest, Clams up.
I'm trying to see if Yeah, let's try this. Hickory takes another sip of her drink and starts coughing, but under coughing she's going to throw in the verbal components for enhanceability to enhance Lorelai's charisma.
Stealth check.
Let's go. Yeah, I can get away with this. 14?
They are pretty drunk. Give them disadvantage because they're pretty drunk.
Yes.
Rum's like, whoa. What weird magic is that?
I was trying to ask you guys a question, but
Oh, this was spells. I know spells. You trying to cast magic on us?
On you, never. Wouldn't one of you know if I did?
Would we? Like, into Stoic. Stoic's just, I mean, I'm under a spell right now for sure. Like,
See, he gets it.
wait, so you did cast a spell on him?
No.
Oh, gift, you fucking idiot.
Hickory in her mind link to Lorelei is like, you might have a better shot now.
So, come on, you could definitely tell us something. I mean, it's definitely information you have to keep close to your chest. And she, like, leans in very intentionally. She's like, but, I mean, isn't there any way you could just talk about it? I mean, the thought of someone breaking out of the hollow is so romantic.
It's silly.
What'd you say?
It's silly.
You're like silly,
playing
and she's like
ditzy.
romantic, and Stoic is just like, No, I'll have you make this persuasion check since you chimed in with silly.
Had to go and talk. Me and my big mouth. That's okay. That's 19, baby.
Sits there and he's like, I mean, got all this anti-magic stuff that would lock everything down. So even if you were a caster, you couldn't get out of the hollow. And then, on top of that, the warden's got some sort of ace in the hole, even if you manage to get out. He says, no one will ever escape. Otherwise, it's time for the ace in the hole. That's what he says. None of us know what the ace in the hole is. Like, get like, Stoics lets it sit there like it's some big sort of, like, mystery, and then Gif is just like, oh, no, none of us know what the fuck that means.
That makes it even more mysterious if none of you know.
Right? So, you know, pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place to work.
It sounds
Especially there at night. We just get to hang out all night. Alone. Hanging out. Like, this is really awkwardly.
Hickory just has a moment of, I wonder how alone. The warden has to sleep eventually, right?
Lorelei, in your brain, like, through the mind, like, it's just like, I don't know about that. There's a lot of races that don't really do that.
That's a good point.
Technically, I don't have to sleep.
So doesn't the warden ever sleep or something? He just has an ace that he can always use?
Well, I mean, if the alarms are going off and the guards are freaking out, the warden's getting woken up. He lives there, so, like...
Oh, wow. So he's really committed.
Oh, yeah. He's the one who talks big about how no one ever breaks out.
Oh, God, I need an excuse to get up from this table, so I'm about to do something real stupid. Let's hope this high con works. I'm gonna slam the rest of my drink.
Okay, make a constitution save.
Yeah.
She's drinking grog.
Sure am. That is a 15 plus 4, 19.
You don't vomit.
Yep.
But you definitely are, like, immediately dry heaving.
It's just... Yeah, Hickory just has this moment where she's like... she pings the Lorelei right before she does it, and she's like, I think we got all we really need out of them. Fucking throws it back, and then just immediately... You guys really need better alcohol in this place.
Oh, yeah, it's swill. Absolutely. I can walk you out for some fresh air. Like, Stoic gets up and offers you a hand. He's like 4'8", 4'7".
Anytime you say his name, I think of the dad from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, lass, I'll get you out of here. Let's go get them on the back of my thunder drum.
She kind of half stumbles and like grabs onto Lorelei, and she's like, "Come on, let's go find a better drink.
Lorelai like leans into Geff and she's like, "Sorry, guess you're just gonna sit here alone. Bye bye." Gets up and he's like, "That's fine. I didn't care." And Stoic walks you, him stumbling slightly out of the bar into the fresh air.
Hickory, she gets out, is like, "Thank you for being such lovely company."
Ah, of course, lovely ladies like yourself. Just gotta make sure you feel well received here in Sasin. If you need anything, the name's Stormcrest, Stoic Stormcrest. You just say the word, and I will happily be here to give you a hand.
Well, Stoic, I'm sure we'll bring in a bounty real soon just so I get an excuse to see you again.
Oh, his like cheeks, right, like just above his beard, you can see him turning all rosy red. And he's like, "Oh, that's real sweet of you."
Have a good morning and rest well.
Oh, of course, same to both of you. It's great meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hickory, as soon as they get out of eye shot with Stoic, Hickory just immediately like, I didn't like that.
Yeah, you also weren't good at it. It was kind of funny to watch.
What did you expect from me?
I expected you to at least take the lead.
That's understandable.
This was your plan.
I brought you to back me up because I knew I wouldn't be good at it.
Back up means I'm there when you fail. Not I am there because you know you're going to fail.
It worked, didn't it?
It just worked because we're hot.
Exactly. I
It's a
was
good thing
banking
you're
on that.
pretty. Meanwhile,
Hickory has that moment to where she just goes, I know. Yeah, meanwhile.
I know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the kids. Rewinding and moving one floor up to the Stony Bridge. You guys had run over. You sort of come up to the like railing / window gap to look out. And you can look out at the pillar that houses the hollow across this bridge from you guys. There is foot traffic that goes past it, but it seems like most people try and avoid using that pillar just because, you know, you're walking past the entrance to the prison. But, like, you do just see regular people walking by and then using that rope bridge that you'd used previously to go over to the plateau.
It's gonna be difficult to do.
Even for you?
Maybe this place is really bright.
True. I want to mention I'm speaking telepathically back to them.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Good clarification.
Yeah. This place is really bright, so it's gonna be a little iffy. A lot of times I can do it during the dark, but there's not really like sewers that I can like go through. I don't think they have sewers. Do they have sewers?
Right?
I know that.
You don't know if they have sewers, but you haven't checked.
I mean, they have toilets.
There's a toilet and a bathtub in the residences. So
Oh,
there's
yeah,
at
they
least
do.
some kind of piping system over there.
I know that they have like water stuff, but I don't know if they have like sewers that I can go through. Delilah just kind of had me stay in the sewers and do a lot of that stuff. Be a lot on the day today. And what if I crinkle up and dry out during the stakeout?
I'm sure you could maybe go into somewhere that's a little bit more hidden and just...
I gotta get a good land, like, scope of the land before we start this. And what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna fly up and look around?
I'm gonna turn invisible and then see if there's anything inconsistent at the top and like near like the entrances and stuff. I'm just trying to see if there's any way, any other way in.
Mm-hmm. I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
Just like goes and he like starts fiddling with his bracelet, whatever it is, headband. That's what it was. Couldn't think of the word.
Circlet.
Circlet.
Mhm.
He was like, "Do you ever think about taking this off?"
Sometimes, and then I remembered that I shouldn't.
I don't know if I want to keep mine on anymore.
Why is that?
I don't know. It just feels like since I put it on, I've just become what I was in the amber. Just a vessel of knowledge. And that's it. I just don't really feel like... Okay, I'm sorry. Since everything happened, I just don't feel like I'm really a person entirely, because all I am is just fun facts, and also I can sneak, and I just think that's everything I can do. And I'm now deciding that maybe I should take this off and try to learn and learn who I am, because I know all these things about other things, but I just don't know the things about myself.
Do you think your brain is being overloaded with information that was taught to you
No,
before?
it's just there sitting. But I just feel like there's nothing else. There's just facts about the monsters of this world. And then the person that came out of the amber. What was used by Delilah. I just don't think that I've lived that much. You're only 3, 2?
2.
You are just this whole person. You like spoons, and you really fast, and you have so much love. You have experienced a lot. You're just kind of all put together.
I mean,
I've heard the stories of like the stuff that you guys would do. I'm sure that was a lot.
mhm.
There was a lot to grow from as a person. I feel like a fish out of water. Especially here.
That's understandable. You've only ever been in Yugua. But, I mean, maybe this is a little bit more of an optimistic look into it, but you're here now. Maybe it feels that you're a fish out of water, and it definitely feels that way, but people adapt. Plus, you're learning every day. You won't always only have the reservoir of information that, that just the one person told you.
I know. It feels like whenever I'm like my own person, it's wrong, I guess. It's like I bring out my summons and I think they're so awesome, and everybody else is like, but like they seem fine to me, and I don't know why people find them weird. I just don't understand
Everybody
that.
has differing opinions. Everybody has differing opinions. It's like how we don't like black licorice, but Dolus does.
I guess so. I don't know. I just don't have experience with people and how they work. I could tell you a million things about the Underdark and the things that go bump in the night, but people I don't really understand. And I'm learning that I myself am a person, and that's just something that I don't know about. I think I need a hobby.
Do you want to draw with me? Wait, that's besides the point. I'll bring that up again later. I think that's something that people end up grappling with for a very long time, of just trying to find themselves. There's a lot of storybooks about people going on adventures to learn about their true selves and learn about, what what they truly value in life and learn about all these experiences. This is just the beginning of your adventure. This is your first step outside of what you considered home for a long time.
It just feels weird. I don't know. I spent so long stuck in a place. Now I'm able to. I know I make the joke that, oh, I'm the oldest one, and then Hickory Doc is like, oh, but you're 15. I was awake for all that time. I lived through it, and I just kind of felt stuck.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, I haven't aged, but I was still there, and I still lived it.
Mhm.
So now I'm living this, and is this also the same as living through that? At this point, I don't know what to take. They say that I haven't lived. Doc says that didn't count. Why does this count?
Well, I can't really say for sure what they meant. Because I'm not them, so I wouldn't fully understand what point they
I
were
think
trying
he
to
was just mad that I'm older than him.
Maybe. I think a lot of adults get a little bit stingy when, age comes up.
You're 2.
Mm-hmm.
You've kicked so many adults' asses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 1,015, and I can't even go up a ladder sometimes because my hands are weak. So doesn't matter. I guess.
That matters. I think it's wrong to invalidate your own life experiences, even if your life experiences was being in an amber.
I think I
Because
just
from
need
here
to.
on out, you'll experience more things outside of an amber. You won't have one person telling you everything. You'll be able to see it all.
I need to live a little, I guess.
I think we all need to live a little.
Is it okay if I keep the circlet on?
Of course it is. And
Is it
even
gonna
if
make-
you want to take it off, that's okay too.
It just feels like they hasn't been helpful either. I know all these facts, but it's not like we're ever gonna run into things like that. Like, I don't know if we're gonna run into like an aboleth or a purple worm or anything like that.
Well, given that the entire world is kind of collapsing in on itself, it's totally possible that we do run into that one time or another in the future.
Yeah, but everything we've run into, at least while I'm here, I just didn't know. I don't know what Annie's patron is, his wife. I don't know what Martin is. I don't even know what the little. I didn't even know what the little eels. That's what they were.
Mm-hmm.
I know all these things, but there's so many things I don't know, and that's terrifying. That's why Dolus is the only one in the party that scares me.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. You don't scare me because you're my friend, and I know that you'll grow, and I know Irocockers. I know their extent, and Doc doesn't scare me. He's a warlock, and warlocks can only grow as strong as their patrons let them.
Mm-hmm.
Same with people of divinity. They're all kind of branched out, and they have a limit.
Mm-hmm.
But Dolus doesn't have a patron. Dolus doesn't have a limitation. There's no way to know what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that's scary. Is I don't think I'll ever know. I know what a dragon can do. I know to fear them, and I do. But it's a different kind of fear. There's
So
no
fear
way
of
to-
the unknown versus the fear of knowing what it is.
Mm-hmm. I know that there's a limit to a bunch of people's powers, but I've never heard of a person without a patron, but is still a warlock.
I think the people who came from Archibald are a weird case, since Kaeli did still communicate with Dolus after we were Archibaldified.
Maybe she knew and didn't want him to freak out.
It's possible. I hope that we can go to the elemental plane of air so that we could talk to her about it.
I'd like to see the other planes. I've heard of the elemental plane of air. I've heard of a couple of the creatures in it.
I would love to take you there.
Have you ever met an air elemental?
Yeah, actually. Elena's an elementalist. Something
But like a
that.
non-summoned one, like a natural one. One that forms in the elemental plane of air.
How freaking frequent is an air
Give me the question again. Nice.
Did she ever meet an elemental plane of air in air elemental in the plane of air? There it is.
You guys
I've
got
never met an air elemental that like the kind that you fight. You probably would have seen small, like mephit, like sort of elemental creatures of air, but big ones and stuff. They're mostly off in the storms and stuff. You were in a safe place. You were in an eddy, is what's called in the storm. It's where there's like the winds are calm. It's where your island would have floated. You were safe there relatively.
So it's not like the one that Alina summoned when we were on Titania.
Yeah, it would.
No.
Yeah, so you would recognize those kinds of air elementals because you've seen smaller ones, or like you've read about them or seen them in the distance. But you've never had one just pull up.
Okay, so I would tell Hush. I've never seen any like big scary ones, but I've seen smaller ones in the distance. I was always told never to go near them, or anything for that matter.
I always heard, or at least you told me from his experience, that air elementals smell. But I think that's just because he didn't like good things.
It's totally possible.
I'd like to go there.
I
See,
would
that's
love to
another
take
thing.
you.
I just know these things. And
But
they just appear in my head.
This knowledge gives you things that you want. That you want.
Yeah. I want a hobby.
Okay, so I wanted to finish our conversation because I wanted to make sure that you were completely heard. Do you want to
Thank you.
draw with me sometime?
Mm.
Or
He
you
like,
could
looks at his small hands. He's like, I don't know if I'd be good at that. I think I'd want to like cheat at that and like minor illusion something onto the page and then trace it. And I feel like that. I feel like I'd cheat
that's
at it.
fine.
I'd look for a way out.
I mean, that would still have been created by your own hands, magic and all.
Yeah, I guess.
Plus, the more you do it, your lines will not be as like wiggly. The more you do it.
It's true.
Plus, it doesn't have to be drawing. You could also be writing like Annie, or you could go fishing like Twink does sometimes.
I think I want to learn how to juggle.
Whoa!
I think that's something I want to learn because I play with the ball, and a lot of the times I would throw the ball at a mage hand, and then they would throw it back to me. I think I could do like a cool thing with like my telekinesis and juggle like 16 at a time.
Oh, you could do like different kinds of tricks with different things. That would be so cool.
I think if we get time, I want to go pick up some other throwing balls and try. If that's okay.
Okay.
When we're done. Because Dolus, we have other things to do, and we have to do the important things first.
But I mean, I can only turn invisible for an hour. Oh, wait, but you have to be, like, watching the guards do their thing. Maybe...
We can always talk in my head.
That's true. Okay.
There's never a time where you're not going to be... Well, there is a time where you're not going to be near me. I'm sure there will be, but when we're doing this, we can still talk.
That's nice.
It's going to be a time to... This is going to be a time tracking them down, but I can do it. Thank you for the talk.
Of course. I give him a quick hug.
I just love Lotus being like, "Oh my god, you can draw with me," and Hush is like, "I want to be in the circus."
I want to be a star.
You could go fishing, you could draw, you could write. There's so many great
I
creative...
want to juggle.
I want to be a clown.
I want to be like my player. A clown.
Clown college, Mom!
I was so caught off guard by that. I did not expect. That was the last thing I expected you to say. I want to juggle.
He's a weird kid.
I love how into it Hush was too. Like he was really like finally letting something out of his soul. He was like, "I want to juggle."
I want
his
to be a
lifelong
star.
dream.
So
my
good at it.
lord.
That
Okay,
absolutely
so-
serious conversation of I don't know who I am as a person being punctuated by I want to fucking juggle is
But
really...
it's so perfect for the two-year-old baby and this 1,000-year-old kid. So it's just...
Baby.
Baby. 15,000.
Oh god. So, y'all had this whole conversation, and while you did, a few little things were happening on the other side of the pillar. And so as you both sort of like tune back into your surroundings,
Gamer mode.
you lean forward in your chairs. There
Posture
is a bunch of crates are currently being stacked up against like the walls of the hollow near the door that you can see from this angle. It looks like they're all coming from the plateau. There's like a big cart that came through and around. It's taking up like most of the walkway right now, and they're just taking like crate after crate off of it and stacking them by the door. And so with that and the crowd all bunched up and around, Hush, you could probably get pretty close to the guards without them spotting you. If you
Okay.
weaved through the crowd well and hid behind some of the crates.
Okay. I'll tell Lotus good luck, and if she needs anything, let me know, and I can try to be there as fast as possible. And I will put up his hood, and this is the last you will see of him. I'm gonna get stuff.
Yeah.
Mega
Forever.
self check. I will say you won't have.
I'm not
advantage-
kidding. I just rolled double natural 20s.
What?
I'm not kidding. I genuinely just rolled double natural 20s. I like had that look of like, I don't need to do this. I look back, I was like, that's a natural 20. I'm just gonna fish to see if I get two. I rolled double!
Oh, yeah.
I was about
Holy
to say.
shit.
I was
The
about to say
triple?
only make one roll because you would have disadvantage
7.
from the bright, like the sun. But then you fucking.
Oh, wait,
All right,
really?
yeah. Yes, I mean it's awesome though.
That was awesome! It's been
What's
so
the
long since I did
odds?
that. It's been
They're
so
1 out
long
of 400. But what are the odds?
since-
That's
that's
like
a
when
32.
people have been asking in the Discord lately, like, what are the odds you roll a 2 on a D100? And we're like, 1 out of 100.
100.
Yeah. Like, I love to
Holy
tell you guys
shit.
this. Every odd that we have on the dice is calculable.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
32.
Oh, fantastic.
Do I need to bolstered knack it and make it more, or is that good?
No, you were 20 plus 12? No.
Yeah, pretty much stop existing.
We're 32. Yeah, you blend into the sand, dude. No.
You become
Yeah.
made of sand. Sand.
Yeah. Lotus puts his little hood up and like pulls his scarf over his face, so you just see his soulless white eyes. That he's just like, all right, I'll see you when this is all done, and he just steps into the crowd. He's gone.
It's like he casted invisibility. I'm pretty sure he has that spell and just isn't telling any of us.
That's what it is. I'm gonna go over by the crates and I'm gonna listen and.
Yeah, hush. It's really you like duck between people's legs and like tuck under the cart and just pop up and like hug the wall with all the crates. And you just shimma shamma over.
Oh god! Hang up.
Lotus, are you gonna just turn invisible? Or like, are you gonna find a little like place to turn invisible and then head off?
Mm-hmm.
Play rollies with me.
12.
I have 4. Yeah, you find an alcove not far away where you can just kind of like tuck back in, a little in shadowed, sort of tucked away, and then you just boom, turn invisible. You walk back out to the bridge, sort of ducking through the crowd. You like you almost bump a dude who feels like you kind of like brush up and it's just like what the fuck. Turn to the person next to him. Just are you fucking with me? Are you? What? Like, you just go to the edge of the bridge. And are you gonna like take off, or are you gonna die? Like, how are you lifting off? Your wings make a pretty noticeable thwomp.
Yeah, I actually want to step off and then fall a little bit before swooping into a proper flight.
Make a stealth check for me with advantage because you're invisible.
Natural 19 for 27.
Okay, yeah. Lotus, you just... If there was anybody who was listening for it, they would hear like 20 or 30 feet below the bridge. They would have heard just a... like as your wings open and catch the air. You take off. Hush. The guards are... the guards are just kind of like casually chatting as this dude is unloading a bunch of crates. So you kind of like get into a position where you can listen. One of them's just, yeah, I don't understand why he needs all of this. I'll be honest with you. It seems like he's going a little overboard. If you want my personal opinion, I don't want your personal opinion. Look, we're gonna be stuck here all day together. You might as well at least be nice to me. Or you might as well at least shut up.
I like say to everybody, the guards are gonna be here all day. Uh-oh.
Hickory, you get that from Hush, and you realize that, like, the 3 you just met in the bar said that they got off of the night shift not long ago. So, with that information, between Hick and Hush, you guys could probably pinpoint when the guards get off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Hickory responds back and just goes, yeah, we just met some guys at the night shift who had the night shift. If I had to guess, they probably rotate out around... Because you said they just got off, right?
Yeah, well, they were saying that they had just gotten off, but they were also solidly drunk, so they probably had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
So, probably within the hour.
Yeah, what time was it generally?
It's like
Could we
8 a.m.
guess?
right now.
Yeah. If I had to guess, they probably switched somewhere around 7 a.m. for us, like for the day shift. The night shift, assuming they're 12-hour shifts, probably around 7 p.m.
Okay. Should I stay here and listen in, or should I possibly move about? Because I could sit here and listen to them, or...
Give it
I
a
don't
little...
think they're going to give us any information. They're just kind of sitting here bickering.
Give it a little, see if any other guard comes in to just go into the tower, but other than that, if you give it a good hour and there's no information that you guys can get, it's best to just meet us back up at the bazaar.
Oh! Wait a second. They're loading in crates, though.
What's in the crates?
I haven't looked. Do you want me to open one up and look?
If you can, but
That might give me away. But I know. What did I hear them say? It was like, I don't know why they need these crates. Something like that.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know why he needs all of this.
I don't think I can open this up stealthily enough to where they're not going to hear it because it's a crate.
Is there a hole anywhere in it?
Gonna do an examination.
They're like the handle holes and stuff as you examine these crates. As you examine these crates, make an investigation check for me, Hush.
Hush has dark vision.
True. Examination. That's a bolster.
Examination check.
Yep, examination check.
Gonna bolster
My favorite
just in
skill.
case.
Take an exam.
17. I may mark that,
17?
Yep.
All right.
I mean,
You are able to, as you're searching, you gather these crates all are stamped with the sort of empirical seal that you've seen here and there now. You're not familiar with the Empire, so you don't recognize like what this specific seal is for or from. But it is a little unique, so you do make note of that.
Okay.
And then there are like handle holes that let you reach into the crate and pick it up and move it around. So there's not whatever's in it is not like alive or gaseous or something. Like it's like a normal crate with handle holes.
Is it possible for me to get a closer look inside?
Yeah, you can peek straight through like yes, exactly like Noah's doing, just like goggles.
I see you.
Your eyes take a moment to adjust and like switch into dark vision mode.
It's like a cat.
Yeah, exactly. The moment of dilation, basically.
With
Wish
your
I had
lack of pupils.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you're looking at this stuff, there are inside of these little containers, bags, and all sorts of various mixed things. Some of it doesn't look super familiar, but some of it does. And I'll say honestly, in this moment, you probably can't place it.
Are they moving the crates right now, or are they just sitting there?
Oh, they're being taken off the cart and being placed on this wall, like next to this. So they're probably going to be taken inside the hollow later.
Okay. I'm gonna cast the mage hand inside. My mage hand is invisible, and I don't have to use anything to summon it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna lift it up to get a better view of what's going on in there.
You grab one of the things, something that's not glass, so it's not going to clink. You grab one of the bags of something and lift it up and open it, and some weird sandy powder kind of pours out. You're like, what the fuck? Everything is in a monochrome. Make an intelligence check for me.
Hey, I'm good at those. I have the headband of intellect.
You are. It's time. It's a good thing you didn't take it off.
Intelligence? Which kind of intelligence? Or just intelligence?
Yeah, an intelligence check. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I guess if you really wanted, you could make it a. You could make
it's
it.
fine.
No, yeah, it's just intelligence.
Okay. Then it's a 14.
14. 14 is enough for you to recognize this. As this powder kind of pours and you see the other things and stuff. These are definitely various sort of alchemical ingredients that you've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're used to make explosives. You saw them most recently when they were packed all around the Aeon engine.
Oh. I'm gonna
This is all the stuff to make those powdered explosive bags you saw before.
very gently floats it back down.
Yeah, Hush is like, all right, what is this? He shakes some of the powder out, and then he's like,
It's just like the mwomp. Sets it back down, and he just backs away, and he's like, hey, so they're loading in things to make explosives.
What?
Mm-hmm. The things that were around the Aeon engine, Just like that. Like the powder stuff.
Why?
Hush, do you want to check any of the other crates, or do you just want to like assume that they're all the same thing?
He would check the other crates. He's good at stakeouts,
It's true.
so he is not to assume that every crate is the same.
Play rollies with me.
Great rollies.
15.
6.
Six.
It is. They're not all this same thing. As you were going through, trying to be like, what is each of them? There is one crate that definitely sort of stands out among the rest. 'Cause it has like metal hatching and stuff on it. And you have not encountered any of these symbols before, and you're not proficient in Arcana, so you don't recognize the symbols themselves, but you can tell that they're magical of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen the sort of rune stones and things that Alita and Twink have worked on before, and Fairmont. So you're like, clearly it's the work of some artificer or another.
Okay.
And this crate does not have holes to peek into. It has like rope handles on the outside.
Okay, so it's definitely something more precious. I'll say there's another one. It's got like these magic symbols on them. I don't know what they are.
Do your best to remember them. We can always just ask Alina later.
That's true. I'll like make a mental note so I can minor illusion them. I can't. The rest of them. What was in the rest of them? Just the same kind of stuff, except for in that one.
Yeah, just the stuff for the explosives.
Just a lot of stuff for explosives in one box that I can't get into. It's made of metal.
It's a little concerning considering the last time we saw this many explosives, they were planning on, blowing up the thing they were working on.
This is to everybody, by the way. Everybody can hear this. It's just, why would they need explosives in a prison?
Hopefully not to blow up the prison.
Maybe they have like a secret weapon.
They said, why would he need it? Like this is being orchestrated by some person.
The guards mentioned some kind of ace in the hole that the warden has. I'm not sure if this could be it, but it would make sense. Nobody escapes if everybody dies.
It's a failsafe. Are they expecting someone to try and break out?
I don't
Do you
know.
think maybe the warden knows about Nalu being in there?
I'm sure he knows.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a. He's like looking into the box again. Ace, no, I don't know if there's like a thing that eats these. I think this is just explosives.
Well, no, I think the ace in the hole is blowing the tower up. If anyone is successful in escaping, last ditch effort, can't escape if you're dead.
There's a city here.
Yeah.
People could get hurt.
There was a city and sanctuary, too.
I'll keep listening on what they're talking about. I don't think these guards know anything.
So wait, you said that there's the powder like there was at the Aeon engine.
Yeah. It looks like there's alchemic components. I don't really recognize all of them.
Does this mean the warden is one of the Starlost?
At the very least, it means they got their explosives from the same place.
I mean, it would make sense.
Keeping Nalu here.
Yeah. If anyone questions it, throw him in jail.
And if anyone makes a fuss about it, kill him. This just got more complicated.
We need to find out more about this warden.
Say, meanwhile, Lotus, you took off. You were doing sort of your circles to get the idea of where you were and what the sort of situation was with the pillar. Then you got those messages from Hush and had that little mini conversation. And so now you've done a number of circles. You've gotten the general idea of the layout of it. There are no other gaps that you can see on the exterior at this height. The top is like a totally flat slab of rock. There are the 3 doors as you would expect. And then you dive a little bit lower and you start taking in more of the sort of like surfaces, and it's just a stone pillar. It is not like the other 2 pillars of Sasin that have windows and scaffolding and stairs and all sorts of things. It is just solid sandstone all the way down.
Okay. So then... Okay. Would I be able... Is it like all just smooth sandstone? There's nothing
I mean,
else?
there are little ledges and crags and crevasses. It's not like perfectly smooth. It is still a natural like structure. So there are little places you can try and like land.
Okay.
None that are like big. None that could fit like you're not fitting dock on any of these platforms, but you are a bird.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where would I know the entrance to the hollow itself? Is it like a bridge and then like this stone and then there's like a hole that lets you go in?
From all that you can see from outside, you just see those doors that are like on that walkway at the top. And that is those are the only entrances, those ones at the top. And then there's like another 12 feet of rock above them before the top. And then there's all the pillar beneath. And those are the only 3 entrances you can see.
Okay. There's not much else for me to do here. If that's
I'll
the case.
ping to Hush. Hush, ask Lotus how she's doing.
Lotus, how
Like
you
we're
doing?
on her search.
How you doing, Lotus? Dolus is worried.
There's no gaps or anything. It's just all stone. And the only entrances is the entrances that you can see. There's the one at the top. About 12 feet before the actual top, but there's nothing else.
There's no, like, I don't know, wear and tear on the building? Maybe it looks like it's fallen apart a bit?
I'll do another like lap around.
Make a perception check.
Do a wraparound.
What did she say?
There you go. She said exactly everything that you heard. I even did it in her voice.
Oh, cool.
30.
Oh.
Really good
Let's
perception.
go, the kids!
Lotus, as you are
Hide
flying
and seek.
around, you don't see any entrances. As you get even lower towards the base, you can you're doing loops around. You kind of fly over the oasis that's in the center, and you do see water coming from like the base of the pillars to like pool in this oasis and this spring and stuff. And so you fly in a little closer, and there is definitely a water spring that comes out of this pillar at the bottom. And as you're down here and you're sort of looking it all over, with your background, your general knowledge of maps and structure, you have very good spatial awareness. You can't be completely sure without the blueprints right in front of you. But as you're sort of measuring it out in your brain and looking at all this as you fly around, this pillar, if the hollow really does go all the way down, on the blueprint, you're missing about 50 feet of floors that would go down to the bottom. Where the blueprint says a bottom would be here at the bottom of the pillar, definitely would have to be higher up. Like the accuracy of the measurements just don't line up.
Wait, could you repeat that last part?
So there's like the measurements that you have read and looked at on the blueprints make it seem like this pillar should be a little bit shorter by like 50 or 60 feet. Because here at the bottom, there is just like 50 or 60 feet that are unaccounted for on the blueprint. So unless the pillar magically got taller or the artificers who measured it were really bad at their job, there is just 50 to 60 feet of pillar completely just absent on the schematics. It's here in real life, which is why it's weird.
Okay. How high up is the water spring that comes from the pillar?
From the oasis to the pillar, it's maybe like 8 feet. It's like it literally just ups some rocks into the pillar.
Okay. Okay, this is weird. The pillar is 50 feet taller than it should be?
To everybody.
What? It's 50 feet taller than it should be?
Yeah, 50 or 60. I'm not entirely sure since I don't have the blueprint in front of me, but there's the bottom part that's unaccounted for.
Why? Did people just suck at their jobs and not account for it?
Or maybe that's where they're keeping Nalu, since you can't exactly be accounted for in a part of the tower that doesn't exist.
For 50 or 60 feet, though?
Or do you think maybe this is where they would put the explosives?
Oh.
Either option isn't exactly great.
Maybe... Hickory, if you could try and use your bounty hunter connections and speak with some of the guards or whatnot, and ask them how many floors the hollow really has.
Hickory, you had that conversation earlier, and they said, just like the blueprint said, they said 80 floors.
Oh.
They already
Never
talked
mind.
about it. They said there were only 80 floors. But they said that there's a lot that the warden has planned that nobody knows about.
Did the schematics say anything about the tower being made of lead?
No. Just that there was anti-magic.
I could try if there's anti-magic that will prevent tracking. Let's say I could try to locate explosives. The spell.
Oh,
It's not the worst idea in the world. It might actually work.
yeah. Especially if it's down there. Like, again, if all the prisoners are there within the height of the hollow, then maybe the anti-magic walls don't extend all the way down there.
It just has to be within 1,000 feet of me.
You should be able to reach it from there.
Guys,
Hi, Lotus.
so you know how we were talking about breathing?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I think I just heard it.
What?
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 Fuck you, Cryo.
Hey, DMs are fair play.
What do you mean you heard the breathing? You're up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Lotus, as you were hovering
Oh.
around, It was hard to make out because it was quiet and you were sort of listening to the conversation. But that breathing, where you heard it again as you were doing one of your passes.
Oh, I understand. I understand completely. Those 50 or 60 floors are not where they're keeping Nalu. They're not where they're keeping the explosives. They're keeping something else down there.
Like a monster?
Something big,
Could it be?
probably.
No, they wouldn't have that.
What? No idea is a bad idea.
Can I try to put it together, Cryo?
Try to
Of, like,
put it together. Right now, you just know there's a big monster underground that's breathing.
Yeah, but big monster and desert. Can I try to put something together?
I will let you make a check for that. Which check
Okay.
will this be? I'll let you make
There's
a nature check with advantage.
Okay.
This is something you're aware of.
I know of big monsters and I know of their climates. Okay. 16 off base.
Do I know how they fuck?
Ooh, that got better. Okay. That's a 19. If that doesn't pass, then I can bolster knack it.
All right. For the sake of drama, Lotus, so you're sort of flying around. Make a perception check for me.
Oh no. Oh no.
28.
28. You follow this sort of breathing, sort of trying to triangulate it. And you hear it as you're passing over the oasis, and Hush is kind of like mumbling in your head about like what it could be. He's processing. You land on one of the pillars and you like put your ear against it, and you hear the breathing through the rock. And then you take off again, a little uncomfy, and you realize that the breathing isn't just coming from that pillar. Like as you sort of fly away, there's another set of breathing coming from the other two pillars. you realize
Oh, there's more.
And just as you're having that sort of process, that sort of panic of just like what the fuck, like Hush, do you wanna make a guess?
It's in the desert. It's big. It breathes. They have purple worms.
What?
That's where we're gonna end our session today.
Oh!
Man,
Hang on,
I didn't
hang on,
even get
Kay.
to have my scene.
Oh, you didn't.
What the fuck?
Thank you all so much for watching. This was fantastic. Wonderful cutoff moment. Sad we couldn't have Annie and Twig for this, but it's all right. We'll see them plenty, I'm sure, in the future. But for now,
We'll see Dolus' scene next
later,
episode.
we will absolutely see Dolus' scene next episode. So, bye everybody.
Oh, it's a purple worm. Oh, it's a purple worm.
You know what? Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm sorry.
This is the welcome to post-episode Starlost, where we forgot to say a thing.
All right. Hi, everybody. I forgot to make one very important note about this session, and that is that the lovely Stoic, our fun little guard NPC who did his very, very best to flirt and slightly failed, Mr. Stormcrest, was a captain NPC from one of our lovely supporters over on Ko-fi. Specifically, let me make sure I have this name correct. Specifically from Balthazar Black, somebody who
Balthazar, I hit on you.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So thank you so much, Balthazar, for your support. And if you want to see an NPC of yours show up in Starlost, then feel free to give us a lovely support as the captain tier in our Ko-fi, and you can see that sort of thing pop up around here, and it will be quite fun. I like when you guys give me NPCs because I don't have to make an NPC. I can just use yours. All right, thank you, everybody.
Marcy,
Bye-bye.
roll the credits again, because I know you already rolled the credits, and then you're gonna unroll the credits, and then we're gonna roll the credits again. Roll them.